Hey guys, this is Alan with Bothell STEM Coach, and today we're looking at the last free response question in the 2011 exam, number 6 here. So let's take a look. Let f be a function defined by this. Show that f is continuous at x equals 0. To be continuous, I want the limit approaching from the left of f of x to be equal to the limit as x approaches 0 from the right, f of x, which equals f of x. This is what I want to show. So at x equals 0, plugging in x equals 0. So that should say f of 0. Okay, so let's do it. The easy one is f of 0. F of 0, I got to use this because that's when x is less than or equal to 0. Sine of 0 is 0, and that's 1. When I do the limit approaching from the left, I'm approaching this side. X is negative, which, like we just said, when you plug in 0, this approaches 1. When I go from the right, when I approach 0, I approach e to the 0. And e to the 0 is also 1. So this is e to the 0 equals 1 minus 2 sine 0. And that equals 1. Okay, so that it is continuous. For x non-zero, express f derivative of x as a piecewise defined function. Find the value of x for which the second okay, so let's do the first part. F prime of x. The slopes are different depending on which side I'm on. When x is less than 0, I take the derivative of this side, which would be minus 2 cosine x. And that's only for x less than 0. No, I don't say less than or equal to 0, because at 0, I don't know if it's differentiable there. So we'll consider x equals 0 in a second. When x is greater than 0, it's negative 4 e to the negative 4x for x greater than 0. Now at 0, you see that this would be negative 2. If I plugged in 0 here, I'd get negative 2. If I plug in 0 here, I get negative 4. So there's no derivative at x equals 0, because from the left and the right side, the derivative is wouldn't be the same. Hence the limit, which is what a derivative is, wouldn't be the same. So I would just leave it like this, and basically it's not defined at x equals 0. Okay, that's really key to not have that equal sign part. Find the value of x for which the derivative of x equals negative 3. So I want f prime of x equals negative 3. Well, so for x less than 0, I could have minus 2 cosine x equals negative 3, or cosine x equals 3 halves. Find the value. That's where the x, so we're not limited to any value, so x coordinate being 3. Oh, this never happens. Cosine can't be 3, right? So this never happens because cosine can't be more than 1. So then the other option is the derivative equals negative 3, which is negative 4 e to the minus 4x equals negative 3. That's e to the negative 4x equals 3/4, because I just divide by negative 4 and the negatives cancel. Natural log of both sides, so that's minus 4x is equal to the natural log of 3/4, or x is equal to negative 1/4 natural log of 3/4. Okay, so that's that. And then find the average value of f. Okay, here I got to do the average value. I got to integrate from negative 1 to 1 of f of x dx. Let's do it on the next page, just because I'm kind of all over. So average value, I want to integrate from negative 1 of f of x dx, and I want to divide by the width of this interval, which is 2, 1 minus negative 1. Okay, so I want to split this into two integrals, because the total integral would be the area between these 2 points. So when it's negative, from negative 1 to 0, which is where this boundary is, it's 1 minus 2 sine x dx. And then from 0 to 1 of e to the minus 4x dx. And again, all of this is divided by 2. So for this first integral, it becomes x minus or plus 2 cosine x from negative 1 to 0, plus negative 1/4 e to the minus 4x, evaluated from x equals 0 to 1, all of that divided by 2. This becomes 0 minus negative 1, so that's 1, plus cosine of 0. Cosine of 0 is 1, so that's 2 times 1 minus, when I plug in cosine of negative 1. Okay? Plus minus 1/4 e to the minus 4, when I plug in 1, minus e to the 0, which is just 1. All of that over 2. So this is 1 plus 2, that's 3. 3 minus 2 cosine of negative 1. Plus, minus 1/4. I'll distribute the minus 1/4 e to the minus 4 plus 1/4 over 2. Okay, I'm just going to combine the 3 and the 1/4, call it a day. That's 12, that's 13/4. And then let's divide by 2. So that would be 13/4, then divided by 2. That's 13/8 minus cosine negative 1 minus 1/8 e to the minus 4. So that was, hopefully I didn't mess up the algebra there. I probably did. I probably should check it, but we will just go ahead and check it with the solution key. Okay. So I found it continuous because I did the limit from the right and f of 0, so they're all equal. That's kind of what I did here. B, x equals negative 1/4 natural log 3/4. And then here I get the average value. Ooh, that looks really close. 13/8 minus cosine of negative 1 minus 1/8 e to the minus 4. All right, cool. So we finished out nailing that question. Hope you guys found this helpful. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Please leave a comment, like, or subscribe below to catch up more of the content. And see any links below. I offer free homework help on Twitch and Discord. See you guys in the next video.